have one thing in common. They keep going. They'll change the rules. They'll reinvent the rules. They don't just take one answer. So a real entrepreneur, it really makes no difference which country you're in. Entrepreneur is a mindset first, a skill set, and rules. And depending upon whether you're an employee or a small business, the rules are different. The mindsets are different. The skill sets are different.
Robert Kiyosaki, born and raised in Hawaii, is a Japanese-American investor, businessman, and best-selling author. His #1 New York Times bestseller, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, shows what rich parents teach their kids about money that poor and middle-class parents don't. Robert has been on Oprah and other well-known TV and radio shows on a national level. Robert has a very important lesson for people wanting to get ahead financially. This message? With every dollar in your hand, you have the power to choose whether you want to be rich, poor, or in the middle class. In this video, brace yourself because we'll give you easy steps to get rich, according to billionaire business mogul Robert Kiyosaki. Step 1. Decide to be rich. Robert says that he had to stop feeling sorry for himself one night in 1975 and just decided to get rich. According to him, the only difference between the rich, the poor, and the middle class is how they want to live. You don't have to be a psychic to know what's going to happen to someone. If you listen to what someone says, you can figure out how successful they will become. Kiyosaki believes words are the most important thing a person has. Always watch what you say because the world you live in is made up of what you say and your thoughts. And the Word became flesh is a line from the Old Testament of the Christian Bible that Robert uses a lot. If you listen to what different people say, you'll notice that poor people often say things like, "I just want enough money to pay the rent," or "I need a few dollars to get me to next payday." People who use these words often don't care about making money to stay alive. So the person who thinks or says things like these is always struggling to make money, no matter how much they make. People in the middle class have different ideas about how to spend their money, so they use different words. The rich are rich because they do not worry about the short-term survival or the cost column like the poor. The rich don't care as much about comfort and buying things on credit as the middle class. Rich people are rich because they focus on getting long-term assets that bring in money, like stocks, bonds, companies, and real estate. Rich people often give up food, a steady paycheck, a holiday, or the comfort of a nice home in order to build or buy real assets. So whether you have money or not, you can decide to be rich if you want to be. This means that you have to be ready to make building wealth more important to you than just staying alive or being comfortable.
My Sunday school teacher was a young, pretty woman, and she said, I'm like 9. And she goes, "Why were the 3 wise men wise?" I go, "Because they were rich." They gave the swaddling Jesus gold, frankincense, and myrrh. So they had to be rich guys, I said.
And commodities as well.
Yeah, good idea. And she goes, no, that's not it. So, well, they had gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Well, that's not it. So why were they wise? And I went, I don't know. She says, what made them wise was they always sought the best teacher. And she says, if you're going to be successful in your life, you've got to find the best teachers.
Step 2. Look out for mentors. Robert Kiyosaki talks a lot about the importance of having teachers in your life, especially when it comes to learning about money and starting your own business. He would usually say the following about having mentors. 1. Learn from experts. According to Kiyosaki, having a guide gives you access to the knowledge and experience of people who have already reached the level of financial success or goals you want to reach. Mentors can help you learn and grow in important ways. 2. Learn from their mistakes. Kiyosaki often says that teachers can help you avoid common financial mistakes and pitfalls by telling you about their own experiences. This could save you time and money on your path to getting rich. 3. accountability, and support. Mentors can help hold people accountable and give them support. They can help you stay on track with your financial goals, give you support when things are hard, and hold you accountable for what you do. 4. Networking. If you have a mentor, you might be able to gain access to valuable networks and connections in your area. When you network, you can learn about the chances that you might not have otherwise known. 5. Learn always. Kiyosaki is a big supporter of learning throughout one's life. He believes mentors can motivate you to keep learning new things, which is important for your emotional and financial growth. It's crucial to note that Robert Kiyosaki encourages us to find mentors who have done well in the things you want to do, like investing, starting a business, or buying and selling real estate. Finding the right mentor can be a personal and unique journey, and much more rewarding if you choose mentors whose values and principles match your own goals and ambitions. Step 3. Dream big, but start small. Because they have small goals, many people start small and stay small. Kiyosaki believes that it's important to have big dreams because they give you hope, desire, passion, energy, vigor, faith, drive, inspiration, and creativity, all of which are necessary for success. With these in focus, life is worth living. So have a big dream. Think all about the great things in the world and life. Please write down your plan for making all your dreams come true and look at it every day. Tell people about your dreams, even if they make fun of them. Then use what they say to make you want it even more. Investing in yourself is also part of dreaming big. Also, learn to focus on one thing instead of trying to be everywhere and do everything. Do more of fewer things for a start. So no matter what you did yesterday, if you want to be better off financially tomorrow, you may need to let go of the past and tighten up what you do today so that tomorrow will be bright and prosperous. Step 4. Borrow to expand. Robert Kiyosaki is known for his ideas about how to use debt to make money. He talks a lot about how important it is to use good debt carefully in order to build wealth. Kiyosaki says the following about debt. 1. Good debt versus bad debt. Kiyosaki distinguishes between good debt and bad debt. Good debt is debt that is used to buy things that make money, like real estate or a business, which can bring in cash flow and help you get richer. On the other hand, bad debt is consumer debt that is used to buy assets like cars or electronics that do not make money. 2. Leverage. Kiyosaki believes in the power of using leverage. He says to put other people's money, OPM, into things that make money. By using debt, you might be able to increase your profits to get to financial freedom faster. 3. Financial education. Kiyosaki stresses how important it is to learn about money. He believes that people should try to learn how money works and how to make smart choices about debt and assets. Without knowledge about money, debt can be dangerous. 4. Risk management. Kiyosaki says debt is a good way to spend, but he also says risk management is very important. This means having a cash safety net and being ready for the market to go down. It's important to note that Kiyosaki's ideas about debt are controversial, and different financial experts have different ideas about them. Before using debt to get ahead financially, you should carefully look at your current financial position, willingness to take risks, and financial goals. You might also want to talk to a financial advisor, which is where you'll need to go back to step 2.
But when I make $1 million, I keep $1 million. And the reason is because I don't make it by working for money. See, if you work for money, you're taxed. So that's why lesson number 1 in Rich Dad Poor Dad is the rich don't work for money. What we do instead is we create businesses as entrepreneurs. We acquire real estate. I don't invest in the stock market. Okay? So the reason is because as entrepreneurs, I have more control over my income, how much I make, and how much I pay in taxes. And because I'm an entrepreneur as well as an investor in real estate, I pay zero tax. So every time I make, let's say, $1 million as an entrepreneur, I immediately invested in real estate and I have a 4-to-1 step up. So I put $1 million in real estate, I get $4 million from the bank. That's why I love banks. But the banks are screwing everybody else, terrible.
Step 5, don't work for money, do the opposite. Robert Kiyosaki says that you should not work for money, but instead make money work for you. His theory is based on teaching people about money, investing, and making passive income streams. He believes that people should not just depend on paycheck from a job, but should also try to get assets that bring in money, like real estate or companies. Kiyosaki supports being financially independent, and he believes that the key to being financially successful is understanding how money works. 1. Investing in real estate. Kiyosaki says that you should invest in real estate instead of working long hours for money. Take, for example, a person who saves money and spends it on rental properties. Over time, rental income can give them a steady source of cash and make them less dependent on their job. 2. Starting a business. Kiyosaki talks about starting a business a lot. Starting a good business can make money for you even when you're not there. This is called passive income. Think about someone who opens an online store that works well even when they're not working on it. 3. Investing in the stock market is another example. You can buy stocks or other financial assets. If someone invests carefully and their investments go up in value, they can sell them at a profit without working more hours. 4. Intellectual property. Let's say a great writer or musician puts out a book or a record. Their creative work can continue to bring in money for a long time through royalties, so they don't have to rely as much on a regular job. 5. Passive income streams. Kiyosaki also stresses the importance of making more than one source of passive income. For example, a person could own dividend-paying stocks, a share of a successful business, or rental homes, all of which bring in money without the person having to work for it. In all these cases, the goal is to make your money work for you, eventually leading to financial freedom. Kiyosaki's ideas urge people to think beyond the traditional job as the only way to make money and instead build a portfolio of assets and investments that bring in the money. This way, they can get more money and have more financial freedom. Bonus point: choose your banking carefully. Robert thought that you could tell who was rich, poor, or in the middle class just by looking at where they got their money or did their transactions. Kiyosaki says people with low incomes carry out their transactions like a pawn shop. A pawn shop will loan money on assets that a bank wouldn't. When someone is poor and needs money, they often go to a pawn shop to put up their chainsaw, stove, jewelry, TV, tools, or watches as collateral. The pawn shop gives them pennies on the dollar because the things poor people buy do not have any value after they buy them. The pawn shop gets money by charging interest rates that are above what the law allows. The middle class has good credit and can get lines of credit from banks, savings and loans, or credit unions. Credit cards, which are easy to get, are a popular way for people in this group to get credit. Even the wealthy use banks, but they use different banks most of the time. They use the help of business bankers, get money from wealthy people or institutions like pension funds, insurance companies, or stock market, or use private money from wealthy people. If they are good at business, the rich have an easier time getting big amounts of money at bigger interest rates. So Kiyosaki advises us to make the best choice of financial institutions to transact with. So with these steps in mind and practice, you'll be on your way to financial freedom and independence. Remember to subscribe to our channel if you found this content valuable. And I'll see you in the next one.